talking about the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, one day you in the comment section requested me to talk about the Sixers, and you asked, and I shall deliver, so let's talk about it. So I believe that the X factor for the Philadelphia 76ers this season will be Seth Curry. Now, one thing I want to talk about Philadelphia 76ers fans, and the issue that I have with Philly fans, is that y'all are pretty negative when it comes to y'all sports teams. And especially with the playoffs last year, obviously you got swept, and I'm not going to deny that that's a bad thing. You got swept. It's not a good look. But you guys act like there weren't factors involved in that. Number one, Ben Simmons got injured, and that was a big factor in y'all getting swept. If he was able to play, I guarantee you it would have been a different series. I'm not saying y'all would have won, but you guys wouldn't have got swept by Boston. And secondly, 3 of the 4 games that y'all lost were by 10 points. You only lost by 10 points. Imagine if you would have had instead of Josh Richardson, who played poorly, imagine if you would have had a Seth Curry out there. A Seth Curry, let's say he played better than Josh Richardson, then you win the series because you only lost by 10 points in 3 of the 4 games. So you need to chill out. So obviously at the draft, you guys decided to trade Josh Richardson, who's a shooting guard, for Seth Curry. And the reason for that is because you guys wanted to give more opportunity to Shake Milton, Furkan Korkmaz, and Alec Burks. And I can obviously respect that because, Josh Richardson, I like Josh Richardson, but I feel like Korkmaz has some more upside. Shake Milton definitely, I feel like, has a lot of upside, and we already know what Alec Burks is. Alec Burks came out of nowhere for you. Well, not out of nowhere. Us true basketball fans, I knew about Alec Burks, especially from his days in Utah. Alec Burks, I'm sure most of y'all Philly fans were shocked by how good he played in the playoffs. I feel like he was the only real bright side besides obviously Embiid. So they traded for Seth Curry to be your backup point guard. And last year, Philly fans, y'all went crazy with the whole fire Brett Brown thing. And you fired Brett Brown, and the new coach is Doc Rivers. And Doc Rivers has some very kind words to say about Seth Curry. So Doc Rivers said, and I quote, "Seth is a good kid, a great kid with a great basketball IQ, and he loves the game. So I'm looking forward to all of it." Now, this is Doc Rivers. This is a dude who's coached Rajon Rondo, one of the best IQs in basketball history. He coached Chris Paul, another player who has some all-time great IQ. So Doc Rivers has been around a lot of guys, the guys who's had great IQs, and he didn't have to say that about Seth. He could have just said, "Oh, he's a fine player. We're gonna see how he works in our system." No, he went out of his way to say this dude has great IQ, and this dude Doc Rivers was a coach who coached Chris Paul and who coached Rondo. And we forget that Doc Rivers himself was a point guard, and he has a son who's a point guard, so he knows all about the X's and O's, the IQs, the ins and outs of basketball. So for him to say these high praises about Seth Curry has to mean a lot. So Seth Curry averaged 12 points per game and 45% from the 3-point line when he played for the Dallas Mavericks, and that's really good, especially with Luka Doncic over there being the primary ball handler. You got to be happy with that, Philly fans. And also, when Ben Simmons comes out the game, he's going to be great to be your primary ball handler. And even if you want to play him with somebody like Ben Simmons, he's a great shooter and he can play off the ball as he did with Luka. So him and Ben Simmons can also play well together. And let's say somehow in the playoffs again, Ben Simmons right before the playoffs get hurt, you're going to have Seth Curry. And if Seth Curry is your starting point guard in the playoffs, that is solid. That's really solid. He's going to help you push the pace. He's going to play off the ball and on the ball, again, as we've seen with Luka Doncic. And he's your true modern-day point guard, and he's going to help with playoff situations, particularly in the playoffs where you guys lacked last year, when you got thrashed by Boston. So, Philly fans, I truly believe that Seth Curry, this was a great trade for y'all, a great pickup. He's going to be the X factor for y'all next year. You got to be ready. You got to be stoked for Seth Curry. We already know what he did on the Mavericks. You just got to hope that he can do this with the Philadelphia 76ers. So Sixers fans, please do not be alarmed with the negativity. Seth Curry's a good player. Please, because I know Philly fans like to get negative. I know you do. Just know that he's a good player. So please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Thank y'all for 300 subscribers. That's absolutely insane. I'm out.